And these are things that people need to, I think, be more aware of. That's one of the things that I'd love to like just shout out. If I could shout out anything about what's going on, it wouldn't even just be about climate or racial justice or gender justice. It's going to be about the way that we're all being played for fools by the system. Things like there's something called the Duchamp formula that is literally the playbook for how they divide and conquer progressive movements or movements for change, any movement for change. And they put activists into like 4 categories. So either you're opportunists, you're idealists, you're realists, or you're radicals. So your opportunists are really easy to get rid of because they're the people that just join a movement because it's getting popular. And as soon as there's any sort of bad press around a movement or a person in a movement, like the opportunists will like scatter like cockroaches. You know what I mean? Because they're only there for the sort of, the shine of being with your group. And the realists are the ones that you can like negotiate with. And you can negotiate them out of the movement by saying things like, oh, well, I mean, like, let's be reasonable. I mean, be realistic. You can't change the entire structure. We can give you these little breadcrumbs that you should be happy for, but like, let's be realistic. And the realistics are like, oh yeah, well, I guess so. And as soon as you steal conviction away from someone and belief from someone, then they no longer have the conviction to act. And they feel like it's all futile, right? And then that's how you get them out. The idealists, they try to turn into realists to get them out the same way. The only ones that you can't negotiate with and that aren't going to leave are the radicals. And the radicals are the ones, they're not necessarily like radicals. I mean, I feel like that's an interesting word to use, but this is how they typify them. The radicals are the ones who see the rot in the system. They see that it's not just this one thing over here that needs to be fixed or this one little Band-Aid that needs to be applied, but it is the scaffolding and the structure of the system itself that is creating all of this. And that is what needs to be fundamentally changed. Not like borne down and set on fire and torch. It's not necessarily, it can be very nonviolent. It can be completely from a place of love, but they understand that the rot in the system is what needs to be addressed. And the only thing that companies and governments can do to a radical is either defame them or kill them.